All right, it's supposed to be at 5 Eastern. Damn, YouTube still says going live. Okay, there we go. Wow. The first thing I just want to rewatch. There's two things. I want to rewatch this Inside Edition clip, and also some of the clip that I played on video yesterday. Ooh, FBI Most Wanted. And after the presser, we can do phone calls if you want. You can talk either about the interview or the press conference. Kiely Rodni. Thank you for the stars, Jane. Was last seen near Prosser Family Campground in Truckee, California at a large party in August 26. This was posted today, a couple hours ago. The FBI's Most Wanted. Wow. Well, they are involved. So, our vehicle, a 2013 silver Honda CRV with license plate 8YUR127. Okay. Let me replay the other clip first, and then we're going to watch the Inside Edition clip. For those that missed the video that I did on it. And if you guys could hit like, please, I'd appreciate it. It helps out the stream. So Najee posted this on Discord, which, by the way, you guys, if you're interested, join up Discord. We have a nice community where we talk about cases and life and anything else. And we have a tab on there, too, for this case. So let me just show you this post. I have a lot of stuff going on my screen right now, guys. So like if I miss messages, like you have to like DM me directly or like try to get my attention another way because I have a lot of shit open. Okay, let me fix this here. So somebody said before we get to the next video, and we are going to go through some of the things that people are talking about on Facebook and everywhere else. It says, not too sure of the relevance. Just drove back on 80 eastbound, and they're holding traffic on and off because of a helicopter landing approximately 3 miles east of Hirschdale exit, landing on the sideway of the side of the highway. They also have 2 pull-out spots coned off. Not sure if they're looking on the Truckee River. Also, this looks like it's related to, I guess this is the helicopter. Let's see. Yeah, looks like a helicopter there, I guess. How was the bong hit, Mel? I wouldn't be functional right now if that is what I did. All right, let's check out this Inside Edition clip as well that I wanted to look at. And this supposedly the friend is here. I think she's crying.
On for a missing 16-year-old amid fears she's been abducted. Kiely Rodni was at a party at a campground near Lake Tahoe last Friday night, along with as many as 300 other young people. Kiely texted her mom around 11:30 p.m. to say she'd be leaving the party soon. She never made it home. Her car is also missing, along with her cell phone and credit cards, which have not been used.
This will be the search group over here.
Sammy Smith was at the party with Kiely and is one of the search coordinators. What time did you last see her?
The last time I saw Kiely was around 12:25 in the morning of the party. I was leaving and I gave her a hug, telling her I loved her and goodbye, and for her to get home safe or be safe.
Do you think that your friend was abducted?
I think there's a definite chance of it.
Mags Larson is another of
there we go. That's Mags.
Kiely's friends who was at the party.
I need her to come home and I need us to find her.
I also spoke with Kiely's mom, Lindsay, who says there's no way she's run away. If she's with somebody who's got her against her will, what would you say to the people or person who has your daughter right now?
Just please give me my baby back.
Somebody had sent this earlier. I don't even remember who. Sorry. um, this was interesting. The abandoned Donner Pass Railroad tunnels near Truckee, California. I don't know exactly. Abandoned Donner Pass Railroad tunnels near Truckee, California. Perhaps the name Donner rings a bell for you. You might be thinking of the infamous Donner Party, a group of pioneers who became stranded in the Sierra Nevada mountains during the winter of 1846. 47 on their way to settling in California. 48 of the 87 people in the group perished in that winter. And the allegations of cannibalism that occurred among the party have become a lively piece of American pioneering lore. I wonder, let me see if can I pull this up on the map? Where exactly this is? I think somebody sent it to me because it was just like interesting. It's in that area, I guess. We got the Prosser Family Campground, and then what is this? Donner Pass Railroad abandoned tunnels. I'm not exactly sure. They have a Truckee Railroad Museum, and then they have, let's see, Donner Pass. They got an Amtrak station. Historic Summit Tunnel. I'm gonna have to get somebody later to see if they can show me the exact. It's about an hour away if I'm looking at the right place. But I don't know. I mean, she could be anywhere. That place is pretty damn huge. Snap map. This was the post from earlier too, from the Placer County Sheriff's Office, which there could be a newer one. I'm gonna have to refresh. But it says that the Placer County Sheriff's Office and Nevada County Sheriff's Office continue to search for 16-year-old Kiely, who went missing in the early morning hours of August 6th. And we already know all this stuff. They located the surveillance video at a local business. Somebody was asking me what business. I don't know. I don't think they've announced that. At 6:08 p.m. on August 5th, just hours before she went to the party. Marine units from Placer County Sheriff's Office, Nevada County Sheriff's Office, and Washoe conducted water searches yesterday. Helicopters from the California Highway Patrol and the Placer County Sheriff's Office continue to do aerial searches for Kiely and her vehicle. The figures outlined above are reflective of the investigative and search and rescue efforts between August 6th and 9th. Press conference will be held at 2 p.m., which is what we're waiting for now, in the parking lot of the California Highway Patrol office. They're also doing a separate community meeting will be held at 5:30. I don't think this is going to be live streamed though, this particular thing. I think it might be like what Sam was saying, like they're doing things where they don't have press or media, or I guess so they can talk, communicate, and maybe people can feel comfortable. Here we go. Media update. A press conference will be held at 2 p.m. at the Truckee Donner Recreation and Park District, 10981 Truckee Way. In Truckee, media is asked to use the main entrance pathway and will be directed into a conference room. A separate community meeting will be held at 5:30. Okay, that's it. Media press conference. So this is somebody here that, because a lot of people are kind of coming for Sammy. Either they feel she's involved, or she's suspicious, or they feel that she had something to do with it. And so here's somebody kind of coming in defense and says, this is only an opinion piece, not a factual statement. I feel compelled to come and defend Sammy for a moment. There was a frightening case a few years back, Hannah Garner, who went missing under the similar circumstances at a local rave in the woods. None of the kids talked to law enforcement. They lied. They even lied. 2 18-year-old boys even got arrested for drinking with a minor and were persons of interest for months. They kept quiet because they thought they were protecting Hannah. They were dragged through the mud. She was missing for 7 months. Turns out she ran away. I'm not saying Kiely ran away. I don't think she did at all. A good kid that would never run away. Look it up. If what Sammy is doing can break through that wall of silence, then so be it. I'm all for it. Us adults have to remember not every case has classic villains. This girl, Sammy, is in front and center, and a lot of us jaded crime watchers are familiar with that being a red flag, right? Here is what Sammy is doing. She came forward immediately. She has given interviews, and she's been working ceaselessly round the clock on social media. She has been reaching out to all of her peers, offering a safe place to tell their stories. I believe she has the blessing of law enforcement, but they are low key because it will scare kids to think Sammy is working with a detective. I think a lot of you are getting her all wrong. I think she feels terrible that she let Kiely go, and she's taking responsibility. Police have hit a concrete wall of teens that won't talk. I wonder what that is. It's just for everything they're saying because they're all getting high and drinking and all this shit. This is a great tool. I could be wrong. My gut tells me otherwise. I pray today is a day of answers for this family. So I wanted to put that in there to kind of balance it a little bit. That's why I specifically picked that one. This is one that's kind of being critical, and a lot of people are saying this, I guess. Somebody said here, as an older teen who frequently attends parties, I find it a bit strange that Sammy didn't attempt to help Kiely get home. As a girl, especially, to stick with friends and ensure everyone gets out of the party safely. Also, since Sammy had a bad feeling about the party, why would she leave Kiely there? Especially if she knew she was intoxicated and couldn't drive by herself home. Just from personal experience, making sure your friends get home safely is always a top priority. Everybody's different, man. Especially if you're intoxicated. If everybody's intoxicated, to be responsible for somebody else that's intoxicated, it's kind of tough. But I get what people are saying, because I've been in situations. And by the way, I'm trying to keep an eye out for I think the pressure's either going to be there or on the, I don't know where they're going to put it. Check this out. No one's talking about it. I'm going to check that out. Thank you, MP. I'm going to bring that up. They're asking to slow the chat. Okay. Let me slow the chat real quick. And if you guys can hit like, please, por favor. It helps out a lot. Immensely. Let me see. Let me put on a little slower. Slow it down. But yeah, I've been in situations with different people. And there was times too that, like, I used to get like an anxiety sometimes going out partying, and especially if you're taking things. I didn't like big crowds and like just really like packed together. And so like there was a story that I told you a snippet of where my friend literally walked me out to the car. I had no shoes on, didn't have my keys. I mean, I had my keys. I didn't have my phone, and I couldn't even open my car door. And he's like, "Oh, I was that messed up." And he's like, "Here you go." He opened the door for me, and I drove away. And then that situation versus a different one where I was at this I don't know. I was at this party or something. It was I guess it was a club. And I went there with a different set of friends. And this time when I wasn't feeling so good and I was kind of messed up, I went to go outside. I was going to go by myself. I was just going to go get some fresh air. They came out with me and they're like, "No, man, we're cool. We're going to be here with you. We're going to make sure you're good." And they stood outside with me. We just chilled. And I felt like 100 times better. And I was safe. And they knew where I was at, compared to like the other one where literally somebody walks me over while I'm, "Here you go. No, yeah, drive. Here you go. See ya." Or like the Miami incident, which the Miami incident was completely my fault. Let me see what was being sent to me. I slowed the chat, I think. And let me see. MP. Let me see what MP sent me. Oh, there's a different story. All right. So I'm going to check that out after. So here's another post. It says here, just want to give a little hope to the group and the parents. A week and a half ago, a 13-year-old went missing from my area. She was last seen with 2 grown men, and the entire time she was gone, her cell phone was shut off, and she wasn't on social media. They finally found her safe in Detroit, and she is now back home with her mom. I'm not sure if this was a trafficking case or what, but just know that there's hope. I pray she comes home safe. So I don't think this is that. I don't believe, and people in the chat were saying this doesn't match at all, but somebody posted this and they thought, because a lot of people are looking. Kelly said, I saw this girl Monday midday holding up a homeless and hungry sign off business 80 across from the 7-Eleven off Marconi in North Highlands, California. She had clean clothes, didn't look like she was on drugs, didn't know about missing Kiely at the time, and thought she looked too put together to be on the side of the road. Saw the missing poster just after and reported to the police in the tip line. This girl had a nose ring, belly button, ring, pinkish orange, nail polish, white and black backpack. But yeah, this is not, doesn't look to me, it doesn't look like her at all. And that's what the comments said as well. Then they turned off the comments. Take this post down. You're putting this young girl's picture on social media. Delete the picture from your phone. You already give it to police. And why you put it here? You'll bring danger on this girl if you're wrong. Person sees this and goes looking for her. Take this down. Has anyone said where Kiely was from 6:30 to 10? That's a good question. Sammy says she didn't come to the party until 10. Nothing so far. Still waiting. So that whole thing too with the naked woman that was sighted, they don't believe that's her. I don't even think the time frame works out for that. I think people mapped it out. Let's see. Yeah, I have this post here. I don't know who made this post, but this was from the group. I don't know, like this is an official or whatever, but somebody had posted this. I just don't think the time frame, because it was it Sacramento somewhere? Sacramento. And he did ask her that in the interview, right? Law enforcement is investigating the neighborhood app tip that was reported and that I posted previously on here regarding the topless female trying to escape the possible Honda CRV in Sacramento. They cannot confirm or deny this point. If it was Kiely, confirming there were people at the party that came all the way from Sacramento. The party grew to an estimated 200 to 250 people. At this point, the close friend is saying clothing found down the road of the party site was not deemed by authorities. We got another post. Thank you, Dig sent this. It says, what happened to the video someone caught on cameras of her supposedly run down the road, no shirt on and hiding between cars, then being seen put into a vehicle. I seen it posted once, or was it fake? And they're saying it wasn't her. And somebody else here said, I work with Fox 40 News. We confirmed that video was not her. Okay. So we can stomp that out. Let me check again. What we got going on here? No live stream yet? Trying to see if I can find this thing. No. I still can't find it. Where can we watch this? All right, so I'm trying with this shit. Let's see. Events. Airboard, distribution session. Let me search the Facebook groups too. Maybe somebody's got to find it on there. Let's see. There was also, well, possible vehicle sighting. Okay, I found it. Holy crap, that was difficult. Jesus Christ, thank God. Yo, I'm sorry to the chat, man. I have to. They really didn't make this easy. All right. I got you, though. I got you.
Just go ahead and speak pretty loud.
All right, let's go.
Just go ahead and speak pretty loud because the mics are far. Okay. Angie.
Thank you for bearing with me. Don't cancel me. Love you guys.
We're gonna wait a second. We're gonna wait for this crowd to start setting up.
You guys can fold in by Josh, maybe scoot in.
You all right?
Yeah, we didn't know it was in here.
This is the same lady from yesterday. Public relations or the public something. Thank you guys. Yo, I was like, what's going on? I can't find it anywhere. They made this shit hard. You gotta click like 15, 30 different links. What's the point of all the media being out there? They have no streaming things going on. Oh, this is from the Reno Gazette Journal. So let me follow these people in case shit hits the fan next time. I know where these people are at. Amazing.
1 second.
I'll be frank. Thank you for the super chat earlier. Mel, the man who can. Thank you for all the likes on Facebook and YouTube. Mary, thank you for the stars.
My name is Angela Musalam. I'm the Public Information Officer for the Prosser County Sheriff's Office. Before we begin, we'd like to remind everybody that we are limiting each reporter question down to 2 questions, please, for the interest of time. We really need to get our first responders back out to the search to fulfill their mission to help find Kiely. I'm joined today by multiple law enforcement agencies who we are assisting and who are assisting us. That includes the Nevada County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, the California Highway Patrol, and the Truckee Police Department. Our Placer County Sheriff's Lieutenant Josh Barnhart will be discussing the operational side of the investigation as it stands today.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to start with Kiely and her family and just say that we are continuing every effort and every lead possible to this point. We've been in communication with the family constantly, in-person meetings with them to ensure that they're receiving every bit of information possible. We've also been keeping up with trying to push out as much information as possible to the community, and we really thank the community for stepping up and helping law enforcement in this time. We've come together as a community here with our partners in Nevada County, the California Highway Patrol, the FBI, Truckee Police. The FBI at this point has dedicated almost 50 personnel to this search for Kiely. They are out actively searching, knocking on doors, going to businesses, recovering video. At this point, we've collected just a ton of information and video from gas stations, private businesses, private residences, ring cameras, etc. And so we're trying to decipher that information to make sure that we're picking up on any tips. Again, we'll refer the public to the tip line. Please, 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 if you have any further information for us, call that tip line and we'll follow it up. I'll open it up to any questions.
It's been now 5 days since she's been missing. What's the newest update that you can give us, and do you have any new leads at this time?
So we do not have any new leads, and that I can tell you is very frustrating for us. And so we'll reiterate that anyone that was at the party that night, please come to law enforcement. Please go to the tip line. It is anonymous if they want to remain anonymous. We can't urge enough that people that were there know something. If you know something, please say something. Come forward about Kiely's disappearance.
Have a lot of kids turned in video on that night because they record everything these days?
Yes, there was a lot of video at the party. We've done a really good job of trying to collect that, as much of that as possible. That obviously takes time to review, hours and hours of time to review, but we're trying to narrow down the scope, and that if Kiely was seen in any of those videos, we are following up on it, yes.
We're going to continue on to the search and rescue portion of this investigation, which is one of the most important portions of the investigation. I'm going to introduce now Nevada County Sheriff's Office Captain Sam Brown.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming out. I think to start off, I just want to emphasize that we're still in unified command with the Placer County Sheriff's Office, and we're trying to gather as much information as possible, and we're really thankful for our partners. Everybody's mentioned them before, and there's tons more agencies that aren't here present that are participating, especially in the search for Kiely. To date, we have about 3,000 man hours of searching that's gone on, and we're going to continue those search efforts going forward. We've had anything from air support, ground pounders, canines, UTVs, side-by-sides, boats, air support from the state, local, and even at times federal resources. And so There's been nothing held back resource-wise in an attempt to try to locate Kiely or any clues thereof. One thing innovative that the team came up with while we've been dealing with this is a way for the community, who has been extremely supportive and extremely interested in wanting to be participants in what's going on, and who are going out actively into the field and searching. Our team was able to create a map that will allow folks in the community who are going out to track their tracks so that we can monitor and see those types of things and see if that adds some information. I'm not sure that this has ever been attempted before. We do have some concerns that it could shut down our system if too many people are logging on. So hopefully the folks that are logging on and uploading tracks are doing so justifiably and with good intention.
That's super
if it doesn't
smart.
work out, we would ultimately have to shut it down if it stops the progress or creates some problems. But those folks who have gone into the field or are going into the field on their own volition as citizens in the community, or folks who have come here to help out, there is a process that they can log on, gain access to the CalTopo app, and be able to submit tracks to our team who has some overhead and is able to review it and put that into our mapping process, but also allow us to keep going on with our professional searchers and the folks who are moving forward in business. Hopefully by tomorrow, we'll also have a system set up where folks who have gone out into the field already and maybe are using GPS and things of that nature to track their progress, will be able to upload that information and again help us to supply with, are we in the right direction? Are we searching the right areas? Have we covered somewhere? Do we need to cover somewhere a little bit more thorough and what that looks like? And so it's more pieces to the puzzle. We're struggling with clues, and so searches aren't super successful if you don't have a direction of where to search. At this point, we have a point last seen, and we're expanding beyond that point last seen in a systematic way that hopefully is capturing right-of-ways and things that would make sense for somebody who is leaving the area. And we're doing the best that we can in an attempt to locate Kiely. Folks who have tips, again, I'll emphasize what was said by my partners. We need people to call into the tip line, provide information, and do a good job. We're extremely lucky here. We're in Nevada County right now. I know we're partnered with Prosser County. I could probably say the same for their community as well, just because I've seen the folks that are coming here and it's a mixture. We're extremely lucky to have real positive, good community members that are coming together for the right reasons, and I think that's really important. We had some conversation earlier with local radio about what's going on in community, and that there's some what we would maybe refer to as bad players on the internet providing bad information or antagonizing like certain things, and really I would just hope that people don't continue to do that, and that we're looking for how do we have the best progress and make some gains on this extremely difficult situation. And I know speaking for myself and for a lot of the folks on our team, it's tiring for law enforcement as well, and we want to be able to supply all the right answers, especially to the family, and it's hard to look somebody in the face and tell them you don't have those answers. So once again, I'd encourage the public, if people know something, say something, bring us forth some information, and until we get that, we're going to continue to go through clues and digital data and all those things to help move our search in the right way. And I believe we'll probably do some more Q&A at the end, but thank you.
Thank you. Ever since last evening, we've had a few developments that I'd like to point you in that direction. We'll be having a crew come out and bring out an easel containing several pictures that I will then discuss in detail.
Amazing. All right. Yo, if you guys could hit like.
To my left, we
please.
have three photos. I'm going to start with the photo on the very right. That is the last photo of Kiely Rodni. She was seen just hours before she went to that party at the Prosser Family Campground, hours before her disappearance. This photo signifies exactly what she was wearing hours before her disappearance. You can see she's wearing not a black tank top, but a black bodysuit. She's also wearing a black studded belt, green Dickies pants, and black Vans shoes. This is what she was last seen wearing just hours before her disappearance. I'll point you to the first photo on the left. This is a photo this is a hoodie that was loaned to Kiely on the day that she disappeared. This item is of significance. We believe that Kiely was still in possession of this hoodie when she disappeared. And the photo in the middle is an actual photo of Kiely's vehicle. It's a 2013 silver Honda CRV. We continue to investigate every single lead that comes to us. We continue to exhaust every lead. We urge the public to please, if anybody knows these 200 to 300 juveniles and young adults who are at the Prosser Family Campground between Friday evening and early Saturday morning, to please come forward. We have since set up an online tip line. That email is sheriff_TahoeInvestTips@placer.ca.gov. So if somebody is not comfortable calling anonymously, they can feel free to email us via our tip line. That is all the updates we have for today. We will make sure to continue to keep the community updated with the latest information possible on our social media accounts on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you.
Shooting House 101.5. Where was this photo taken at? Where was that surveillance? Which location?
We are not releasing the location right now for investigative purposes, but it was a local business in Truckee at 6:08 p.m.
And the vehicle, what is the age of that photo?
That is a photo from the winter of her vehicle, and that is the most accurate description of her vehicle.
Thank you.
You've received hundreds of tips from the public. Within those hundreds of tips, no one has said that they've seen her leave the party.
To our knowledge, currently, no.
Do we know the last person to have seen her? I heard that somebody saw her around 12:40. Do we know who she was with, what her state of mind was, you know, in the very last appearance of her?
Yeah, so our detectives are continuing to follow up on those leads. We don't have any solid answers right now. We're continuing to investigate that. Thank you.
A dog team was sent out this morning. Why today, and will you continue to send that team out in the future?
Sure.
Yeah, dog teams were sent out, but I believe they were also sent out on previous days as well. We're just exhausting any types of options, and there's various types of dogs, tracking dogs, evidence dogs, and unfortunately, in the needs of these things, we send out cadaver dogs as well to just cover all bases because we're not putting anything off of the table. I didn't mention it earlier, but we have swimmers in the water literally looking for evidence and things like that on locations that we think might have something. And we're trying everything that we can. So there are human beings in the water swimming and coming back trying.
Oh no, no me diga, por favor.
Speaking for myself and for a lot of the folks on our team, it's tiring for law enforcement as well, and we want to be able to supply all the right answers, especially to the family. And it's hard to look somebody in the face and tell them you don't have those answers. So once again, I'd encourage the public, if people know something, say something, bring us forward some information, and until we get that, we're going to continue to go through clues and digital data and all those things to help move our search in the right way. And I believe we'll probably do some more Q&A at the end, but thank you.
Wait, it interrupted. I don't know what
Thank you. Ever since last evening, we've had a few developments that I'd like to point you before her disappearance. And her family came free to PM.
Was, you know, in the very last
photo?
That is a photo from the winter of her vehicle.
Thank you.
You've received hundreds of tips from the public.
I heard that somebody saw her.
Tips. No one has said that they've seen her leave the party. To our knowledge, currently, no.
Do we know the last person to have seen her? I heard that somebody saw her around 12:40. Do we know who she was with, what her state of mind was, you know, in the very last appearance of her?
Yeah, so our detectives are continuing to follow up on those leads. We don't have any solid answers right now. We are continuing to investigate that. Thank you.
A dog team was sent out this morning. Why today, and will you continue to send that team out in the future?
Sure.
That's where they cut her
Yeah,
off.
dog teams were sent out, but I believe they were also sent out on previous days as well. We're just exhausting any types of options, and there's various types of dogs, tracking dogs, evidence dogs, and unfortunately, in the needs of these things, we send out cadaver dogs as well to just cover all bases because we're not putting anything off of the table. I didn't mention it earlier, but we have swimmers in the water literally looking for evidence and things like that on locations that we think might have something. And we're trying everything that we can. So there are human beings in the water swimming and coming back trying.
For some reason, that it just cuts off right there.
Go ahead and speak pretty.
I don't know why. And I see that it stops at the 14-minute marker, but it shows that the video was supposed to be 18 minutes. So it looks like there's like 4 minutes. Oh, here, I got another one. Hold on. I think I got another one.
Just hope that people don't continue to do that, and that we're looking for how do we have the best progress and
So we got to the 14-minute marker. I got another one. 14 minutes.
This, we are not releasing the location right now for investigative purposes, but it was a local business in Truckee at 6:08 p.m.
And the vehicle, what is the age of that photo?
Oh,
That is We've received hundreds of tips from the public. Within those hundreds of tips,
Around 12:40, do we know who she was with, what her state of mind was? In the very last appearance of her?
yeah, so our detectives are continuing to follow up on those leads. We don't have any solid answers right now. We are continuing to investigate that. Thank you.
One way or another, we're going to get to the end of this
That
shit.
team was sent out this morning. Why today, and will you continue to send in the future?
Sure.
were sent out. I believe they were also sent out on previous days as well. We're just exhausting any types of options, and there's various types of dogs, tracking dogs, evidence dogs, and unfortunately, in the needs of these things, we send out cadaver dogs as well to just cover all bases because we're not putting anything off of the table. I didn't mention it earlier, but we have swimmers in the water literally looking for evidence and things like that on locations that we think might have something. And we're trying everything that we can. So there are human beings in the water swimming and coming back trying to provide intel based off of what they can see in the water as well. And so far, still no clues that are ending up from those.
And so those divers and swimmers will continue in the next few days, to your knowledge?
Yeah, as long as we have a reason to believe that we're using that resource for the right way and with some purpose.
You said the searches have been unsuccessful. What's your new tactic moving forward?
I wouldn't say that they're unsuccessful. Anytime you're searching an area and you don't find something, you also are clearing an area that may not have something. So it's still purposeful.
Was sonar used?
Yes.
It's mentioned that there's video of,
Okay, we're going to keep doing this, but Ronnie says I had a few cousins at the party. I can talk a bit about that and also partying in the area in general. Let me know. Yeah. Do you want me to give you want me to send you a phone number? You want to call me? I'm going to email you back. Let's see. Is it okay for people on the live stream to hear you? We can, so they can hear it too. Or actually, you text me your number. I'm going to see it. Me your number.
the businesses captured images of her. What exactly was captured? Was it her vehicle passing by? What did those cameras capture?
So the only known lead that we have currently is that photo right there up on the easel. This photo shows Kiely at a local business in Truckee hours before she disappeared, and that is the only solid piece of evidence that we have been able to find. Actually, it was a detective with the Truckee Police Department who was able to obtain that video.
Her house is pretty remote. How extensively has the road out to her house searched and area off?
I'm going to have Captain Brown discuss that.
Yeah, the question was about how extensively has the road been searched, because it is pretty treacherous, if you would. It's been flown with hours and hours of helicopter. It's been driven with dirt bikes, patrol vehicles, you name it. We probably put it on the road, and today they're extensively, I believe, still working on a ground search through the same area.
Do you have reason to believe that she's no longer in the state?
Ma'am, I think we kept you at 3 questions.
Ooh.
We're going to move on.
Ooh! Snubbed.
Does this
You did
mean
say
to think
two.
that at this moment you don't believe she ever went home, or she never went down that route? You believe she went somewhere else, or she never made it home?
We don't know. we're trying to find out exactly what happened. And at this point, we believe that someone knows, someone saw her, but they're not coming forward. So again, we urge people to come forward. Again, we'll reiterate that we're not concerned about what was happening out at the party. Our only concern is to get Kiely back.
Now, you guys mentioned that the hoodie that's sitting right there was the hoodie that was loaned to her. By any chance, did that person that loaned her the hoodie see her before she went missing, or is there any other?
There's nothing in our investigation that has pointed to that.
What's she saying? Somebody with the hoodie or what?
Forward. So, concern is to get
Her before.
back.
Now, you guys mentioned that the hoodie that's sitting right there was the hoodie that was loaned to her. By any chance, did that person that loaned her the hoodie see her before she?
Right. They're asking about the hoodie. I'm going to skip back to that just to look at the hoodie too when we done listening to this. But it says that hoodie was loaned to her. And I think that hoodie is new information. It's the first time I heard about this loaned hoodie. And so she's asking, like, did the person see her before or where? Like, what's the deal with this hoodie?
She went missing, or is there any other?
There's nothing in our investigation that has pointed to that.
That loaned her the hoodie see her before she went missing, or is there any other?
There's nothing in our investigation that has pointed to that.
Her best friend said before that she was the last person to speak with her. Has that been confirmed?
We continue to investigate and interview the people who last saw her to try and get more information. But so far, nothing has been able to lead us to Kiely.
The hoodie, is that believed to be what she's wearing? Is that what?
We can't confirm that. We just know that the hoodie was in possession the day she went missing. She was loaned that hoodie, yes.
She was loaned that hoodie, I think they said the day she went missing.
Is there any way to check her phone?
Her phone has actually been turned off shortly after 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning, and it has been off this whole time.
Shortly after 12:30.
Any more questions?
I guess they don't have a specific time because I guess Kiely, with the time line, Kiely called Sammy at 12:36. So I guess right after, she turned off the phone.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that was a little rough to get through that. I appreciate you guys bearing me. I guess they have like really bad signal over there and having all these kind of like connection issues, it seems. Damn. Woof. And so Ronnie did email me. I'm going to call him. He's cool with us talking. He said he has some cousins at the party. I'm sure they're going to, somebody look out for when they post the pictures of this hoodie so we can get a closer look, like an actual high quality image. I'm sure they're going to post that. Let me call Ronnie and we can talk. There we go.
The number you have reached.
Let me try again. Oh, wrong number. There you go. Send me the right one. Okay. All right. They fixed the volume too. Kind of loud.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Ronnie?
What's up, Mel? How you doing?
Hey, good. Thank you for reaching out.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Give me 1 second. I'm
Sure.
going downstairs so I can talk privately.
Okay. All right. Let me fix this here.
Okay, cool. Got it. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I had two cousins. They go to Sierra College, and that's in Roseville, basically, or like Rockland, Roseville area. And they were going up to that party. They heard about it, and they had some other friends going with them, but they're around like 27, 28 years old. They're older, and so there's a lot of older dudes there. And so I asked them if they knew her, and they said they saw her there. And she was just like, laughing, going from group to group talking, and they didn't make nothing of it, but she was talking to, I guess, a bunch of people. Like, she was just walking around talking to everybody. And they said at the party, a lot of people were doing shrooms, cocaine, drinking, and all that. And I was like, yeah, but that's kind of normal, though, because, you know, a lot of, honestly, in Cali, in the area I'm at, everyone does cocaine. Like, all the younger kids at school, under 18, where, like, they all just buy cocaine from some old dude who lives in some apartment complex, and they buy coke and they do it with their friends, and you know but that's kind of normal around here. So I wasn't really surprised about that. And so I asked them, I said, did you guys see anything weird going on? I was like, was anyone like looking at her funny? Like, no, everyone was just chill, but everyone was kind of messed up, and so was she. And then I asked, I was like, well, how drunk was she? And they're like, well, she was like stumbling around, like, you know, she wasn't walking around like, oh yeah, I'm tipsy, I'm cool. She was pretty drunk. Like,
so stumbling around.
Yeah, if she would have been driving around, she would have been swerving easily, like easily swerving. So there was no way she could have drove. And that's basically all I knew from that. And then they told me that there's some other stuff, but they can't really talk about it. But that's basically all that they knew, is that like she was really drunk, and there was tons of drugs there, like not just drinking. People weren't just drinking; they were doing blow openly. Like, everyone was doing blow together, like going over to a group of people, you sit down, break a line, and it was like that. And it wasn't just a teen party. There was a lot of adults there. It wasn't
because they were saying it was like a high school thing, you know, so, but
there was a lot of high school kids there, but there was a lot of mid-20s, like dudes who were still in college because they went to college later, you know, like, you know, probably been out of school for a minute, went back to, and then they heard about this party. But yeah, it wasn't just teens. There was a dudes way older there.
Wow.
That's why it was kind of crazy that they were just saying it's a teen party. Okay, well, you had a bunch of dudes there that were way older than 16 years old. There's 26, 28, 29-year-olds there.
Did they see her leave, or no? They just saw her.
No, my buddies. They kick it. We all kick it with the same group because I hang out with my cousins all the time. They're good dudes, but they went there to do like, I can't really say their names, but they went there to have a good time and do what was there, and that's what they do. But they didn't kick her with her like that, but they saw her, and they left. I think around like 10:30, 11. So she stayed later than them. But they didn't say, like, they did tell me that they didn't see her wearing a sweatshirt at that time. They didn't see her wearing a sweatshirt.
Did they see her in a tank top, like the black spaghetti?
She was wearing the bodysuit. Yeah, she was wearing the same outfit, but they didn't see her wearing no sweatshirt. So that's all I know, though.
And do you know if they, like, did they see anybody like creepy out there? Do people hook up out there, like right there in the woods too? Like do they?
Oh, like, I can't say that people. It's hard to explain. Like, there's okay. So when kids go out there, because I've been out there. I've partied in Tahoe. I don't party as much anymore because I got 3 kids now. But I know when they go out there, a lot of kids go out there. They don't go out there with the drugs. They don't go out there with the shrooms. Like, they usually bring the alcohol. They get alcohol. The dudes who come out there, the older guys, they have the shrooms and the cocaine. And then the kids go hang out with that group, the older dudes, because they're giving them the blow and hooking them up with stuff that they can't afford because they don't really got the money for it. Because cocaine's pretty expensive. Right. And so you would go hang out with those group do blow, then there'd be another group who has cocaine. And most of the guys, they always want to give it to the girls.
And it's being offered for free because they want the company and stuff.
Yeah, for free. They're giving you free lines, but then they want you to kick it with them. You know, oh, hey, come do a line with me. Come do a line with me. You know, that's how it goes. Those are how those parties are.
Right.
So there's no telling what could happen, but I do know for a fact she was messed up. That is a fact. So if they try to word it nicely, like, oh yeah, she was she was shit faced.
And I wonder, you know, was it just alcohol? Was it possibly substances? You know, tripping or like whatever.
Oh, it's definitely a mixture. I can't say for sure if she participated, but that's what was there for a fact. That's what it was for. That's why everyone went. And you're probably having different groups of people bringing their type of cocaine, so then they're all sharing amongst each other. You know.
Right.
Yeah, but that's how that party was.
Yeah, man. All right, well, thanks. Let me see the chat real quick if they had any other questions. So your cousins, they left around 10:30 or something like that.
Yeah, they left. She was still there, but I asked them if they saw her before they left, and they didn't.
Oh, okay. Damn, yo. And did they see? I don't know if you asked them like if they saw any creepy people out there or
Oh
creepy
yeah,
vibes.
no. It's okay. Like to me, if I went out there now, like let's say if I went out there and I saw some older dudes and I knew a girl was 16, 17, and he's like, "Come do a line with me," I would think that's fucking creepy alone itself. Like, dude, why do you want to do a line with her? She's like 10 years younger than you. She's a minor. But when you basically decide to go out to that party, it's like all bets are off. Like everyone's okay with it. You know what I mean? So nobody would look at it as creepy, but on the outside
Right.
looking in, you would think it's creepy.
Right.
And someone said, "What does blow mean?" Blow is cocaine, so coke. So
Okay. They're saying somebody said if she got there at 10. Well, over here, this one note they said around 10. This here one note says 9:45 to 10. I don't know. But somebody said, how could she have been wasted already? I mean, I don't know. A lot of people pregame sometimes too. We don't know what she did before she got there either.
yeah, she was drinking pretty much the whole time. Like that's when I know when they saw her early in the day. I can ask them a specific time and I can call back when they saw her like that.
They
But
saw.
I do know
You said
when
they saw her earlier in the
before
day.
they left. Yeah, and she was drunk.
What do you mean earlier in the day?
Like before they left, like because they left around like 10:30 or 11. So
Okay.
before that, like I would guess like around 8 or 9, she was already drunk.
Because supposedly she had gotten there around 9. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
9.
9:30, something like that. 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay. And have the cousins
So when
spoke
they saw
to?
her, she was drunk.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, but I asked them, I was like, did you guys know her? Like, were you guys friends with her? But they had no type of connection with her whatsoever. Like nothing. But yeah, but for sure, those other drugs were definitely there. That's 100% fact. Those drugs were there. So
Damn.
I don't know if she participated, but it'd be unfortunate if she did because with cocaine you can't tell what it's laced with because a lot of the coke out here is not pure cocaine. It's laced. It's laced with something. So it's just,
right.
You're not getting pure coke. And then if you're combining that with maybe doing some shrooms or drinking, smoking weed, taking dabs, whatever.
Oh, dabs.
You're
my
gonna be
God.
jacked up.
Why you even tell me about dabs? Yeah, dabs. Ooh, if I tried that one time.
Dabs is
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no, I can't even tell that story.
Another thing too. When people come up here, because I stay close to the area, I'm really close to it. There's a dispensary right off the freeway where I live, and when people go up there, they stop at the dispensary and they buy hella stuff there, and then they go up there and they use it. So you have a lot of stuff you can stop by on the way there, and you just get jacked up in the woods.
Wow. So. And one more thing too, like. Because there was a video clip that we saw, and there was I guess the friend had said that, like, you know, there were some guys there that, like, I guess, like, were kind of forcibly making her smoke a bong or whatever, or take bong rips. About 5 guys. I mean, is that, like, I mean, I don't know. Are guys, like, pursuing the girls there, or, like, are any weird, or are they just, hey, there's all these drugs, and the girls are just kind of willingly, kind of, hey, this party, have fun. Like, there's, like, predator types out there?
What it is basically like if you got a bunch of older dudes there, a lot of these older dudes who are doing the drugs or that got connections for it. So then I think they do they don't necessarily force it on them, but they're like, hey, do you want to do some coke? And they're like, yeah, let me tell my friends. And then she gets 2 more of her friends. And then he's like, oh, I got the attention of these girls. And then he's just having a good time getting them to do more coke, giving them free coke and all that. But he's looking at it as like, oh, I'm getting the attention from these females,
right.
No matter how old they are. So they take advantage of that, especially when they have stuff they want to have a party, because it's a party. They're all going to want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when they have something everyone else wants, it's like, oh, well, come hang out with me. I'll give it to you. So, yeah, it is kind of like, it's dirty. It's a dirty thing. And that's what was really sad is that a lot of the dudes there were older. They weren't young like that. So.
And let me ask you this. I don't know if you know. Do you know how how did the event, like, did somebody host the event, and how did word spread out? Because I heard, like, it was, like, Snapchat or, like, some other stuff.
So I asked my cousins how they heard about it, and they said it started going around Sierra College, like, maybe a month or 2 before it happened, before the party went down. And they heard about it from other people on campus, and they're saying, "Hey, you gonna go?" And then they got the address, and they just planned to go. It just spread word everywhere. Like they were hearing about it. I didn't know about the whole possible people coming from San Francisco. I don't know about that, but I do know it hit all the way in Sierra College, which is about maybe an hour and a half from Tahoe.
And hit how?
So
like social media?
Oh, no, they found out at the school. Like, they didn't even have to get on social media. They had people talking about it at the school before they even found out about it through social media. Like, people were talking about it on campus.
Wow.
That's how they found out about it.
Wow. Okay.
And no, I was not there. No, my wife would kill me.
All right, and let me see. I think that's it. Unless there's anything else. Do you know if they reported it to the that they saw her?
Yeah. They've already spoken with the police and told them everything they know, but there wasn't much that they could have said that was different than many other people there, because a lot of the people there just said, yeah, I saw her around, because she was, like they told me, they said when they did see her, she was walking back and forth. Like, she was talking to this person, talking to that person, so they just kind of figure, oh, she has a lot of friends, but if she didn't know those people, well, she sure acted like it, or she was friendly,
Olivia has a question. She was asking, because there are conflicting numbers of how many attendees were there. How many people do you think were there?
Oh, my cousin said there was at least over 300 people there.
Okay.
Like three, yeah, it was packed. That's why it's like, and there was a bunch of kids there. Like, there was a bunch of kids from school there, but like it was mixed with older adults who had the drugs. And my cousins, I'm just gonna say, were one of the older group that had the stuff, and my cousins are 25 and 26 years old.
Wow.
So they came there with it. Other people did too. So then you start swapping. You're hanging out with other people, and they're like, "Oh, you got this? Yeah, you want some? Come over here." There you go.
Right.
There's a lot of people there, so it's kind of hard to keep track of one person. Like, everyone's kind of mingling amongst each other, so you can get lost in the crowd. And I don't know if anyone was really paying attention to her like that, but it's sad that it happened. That's crazy. But it is crazy how there's that many people there and no one saw a thing.
Yeah.
Saw her leave.
Nobody's really,
or nothing. That I just don't believe that. I know somebody had to see her leave. Because my cousins were telling me they think that, but based off how drunk they saw her, that they think that she couldn't have drove, so she passed out in her car, like went to sleep in the car, maybe someone got in her car, or she asked for a ride, someone to drive her car for her. Like, there's no way she could have drove. Like, that would have been asking for an accident. That's how drunk she was. Like, there's no way she could have gotten in the car and be like, okay, I'm only 10 minutes away. And like, no, there was no way. She was pretty drunk.
Damn, man. And that's what the friend was saying too. That like, kind of like, there's no way she could have driven by herself, like the vehicle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's basically all I got, though.
All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate the call and the information.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm going to keep tuning in. I appreciate you. Love your show. Appreciate the coverage as well, and hopefully something good can come out of this.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
All right.
Bye. Okay. That was an interesting call. We can open up the lines that people want to call. I'm going to kind of take a look too and see what's being said. Capstar looked into all the reports of helicopters searching near where the car was supposedly sighted and said he sees nothing law enforcement related. Okay. There's some posts on social media talking about a vehicle, but I have no idea that has anything to do with this or not, and that's been happening for the last couple of days anyway. Okay. Yeah, let me open up the lines if people want to call in. The press conference, I mean, I'm glad that they got to ask some questions. We got I don't know, not that much really new information. Studio calling, but like, it seems like too, like the cops, I mean, I know they can't tell us everything, But it seems like they really have no clue, like, or any kind of direction, really. They're just still hoping for like that tip that points them somewhere. But it seems like okay. Voice. When I'm streaming to 3 platforms too, it's kind of like I'm keeping track of a lot more things. Maybe I should have just done StreamYard. All right, I'm gonna call in. Oop, let me dial in here. Second.
Thank you for
What? Okay.
from the Call-in Studio web interface.
I'm in now. It took me a second. I had some issues. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. If you want to call in, the number is something. 954-787-3009. Okay. Give me 1 second. Start calling in. Let me just turn on the AC. All right. Okay, I was freezing over here. Things starts pumping. All right, yeah. So let's look for some updates. If anything comes out, the phone lines are open. Somebody called and hung up. Oh, there we go. Okay, me. 361. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Near Corpus Christi, Texas.
Texas. Hey, how you doing?
Well, not bad. Hey, I don't believe a word that last guy said. He was there.
Oh, you think he was at the party?
Oh, yeah, 100%. When he said, let me go downstairs so I can get some privacy, ding, 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 he was there.
Oh, sure. But no, man, he said the wife, you get in trouble. So.
Yeah, well, he's probably going to be in trouble. He knew too much, man. He knew way too much for his cousins to be telling him this. If they were bringing drugs, doing drugs and all that stuff, they barely remembered what happened. He's telling it like he was there.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the call,
anyway.
but yeah. Any thoughts though with this?
How close was this to Nevada? Because, man, there's a lot of fishy stuff goes on
Close.
in that area. I'll follow the Dylan Rounds, the Clune, the other kids' cases.
I'm gonna pull it up on the map. It is close. It's right on the border.
Yeah, I think there's some shady stuff going on out in that area. So anyway, man, I just thought I'd let you know that I think that dude was at that party.
Thanks, man. Do you think that you think somebody took her, or I mean, do you have any thoughts on like theories?
I think she's probably been, unfortunately, caught up in a trafficking ring.
Caught up in what?
In a trafficking ring.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thank you for the call. Yeah.
You bet, man.
All
I'll
right.
watch y'all first. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Take care. All right. We got other people calling in. It is close to the border, though, or wherever it is. Like, yeah, right there. That's why people were talking about like Reno and some other places. But the person we spoke to yesterday, they were saying they don't really think it's a Nevada thing. More people, if anything, are probably going towards Cali. More into Cali. 808. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Hey, aloha, calling from Hawaii.
Amazing. Hi. How you doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good.
Hey, I was just wondering, in my personal opinion, I believe that she probably went off the road more than likely. You know, the cousin or whatever, you know, that was there and said, you know, she was way too wasted to drive. Well, that's when people think, unfortunately, that they can drive. In my opinion, only because, you know, they haven't found her car. There's no records of her cell phone or any credit cards being used. I truly believe that she might have driven off the road by accident.
I've thought of that too. That's kind of what I don't know. My thing too. I was thinking either like drove off the road or maybe stranded somewhere, possibly.
Not stranded. She probably
No?
drove off the road, and she just hasn't been found yet. I know that area from the past, and that's not an area where you would have a lot of crime. I mean, Truckee, it is on the border, California and Tahoe, but Tahoe's right there, and Tahoe's. I lived there for 6 months before moving to Hawaii, and it's a close-knit community. We're not talking about the border of Vegas or Reno. Reno's way over the hill. It's far from there. So just my personal opinion, just based on the facts that we've heard so far, is that she, especially if she had just contacted her mom to say that she was on her way home, then she was trying to get home, and you know, the roads are windy there, and I mean, that's just my opinion. I didn't know if anyone else has you know, thought about that, or what you know, what people are thinking about that aspect.
Right. And so yeah, so you said like you don't think like it's somebody that took her. The crime's not. It's not a place where like there's crime like that or things like that.
Well, I
happening.
mean, you never know, you
Right.
know, you never know. It could be crime anywhere, but in my personal opinion, especially, you know, once she was seen there, I'm just kind of analytical too. You know, once she was seen there, and a lot of people, I mean, it's not impossible to take somebody, but they'd be real brave if there was 300 or 400 people there to just snatch somebody,
Right.
or you know, if you put all the pieces together where she had texted or called her mom, she was on her way home, you know, I just don't, again, you never know, but I think what's more likely is that unfortunately they might find her car in a lake, or, I mean, the roads are dark there, and, you know, you're meaning to go left back to California, you accidentally take a right, and it's dark and there's no lights and it's windy. So I personally believe, unfortunately, that that's probably what happened. You know, especially I mean, what about pinging her cell phone? Have we heard about that?
Well, they said her phone was off, and that it last pinged over there at I guess at the party.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know.
It's an unfortunate situation. You know, I just hate to think that. I mean, especially with all those people there, and that's. I mean, I don't know the people there, but it's a pretty tight knit crew. You know, in that area, it really is. It's not again, anything can happen anywhere, but I don't know. Something tells me that she accidentally drove off the road. I mean, she's 16, right?
16.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my 40s. I mean, it could happen to anybody. You drive off the road by accident, and especially if she just got her license and it's dark and it's windy, you know, sober, drunk, on blow, on weed, you know, the dabs, whatever. I mean, stuff happens. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts, and I just wanted. Thanks for accepting my call.
No, of course. Thank you for calling and supporting the channel. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for addressing this. You have an amazing channel, and
Thank you.
I appreciate your honesty and everything.
Thank you.
Aloha.
All right. Aloha.
Bye.
Bye.
Aloha.
Oh crap! The lines just blew up right now. It said like 2 other people. Now it's like 6. All right, let's keep going then. And well, I'll call Ronnie too. If Ron, I don't know if Ronnie's waiting, but I'll give you a call, or if you want to clear it up. Ronnie said he wasn't there, man. I believe him. I appreciate the information he came forward with, and I actually think I have 2 questions that I could ask him as well if we want to call him back. 559, how you doing? Where you calling from? 559.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome.
I'm in California. How are you?
Ooh, nice. Good. How you doing? What part of Cali?
Visalia in the Central Valley.
Oh, okay.
I love your show.
Thank you.
Sorry about the dogs barking. Yes, I agree with the other caller. In fact, I probably was blowing up your chat line. I was trying to get somebody to answer me. I don't know if you've ever heard of Adventures with Purpose, where they go around the country and they do underwater recovery. They're wonderful. And not all of the law enforcement have the ability or the equipment or the time or the manpower to do what they do. So my question is there a body of water right there? I don't know where the party was on a map, so I have no idea. But I was wondering, is there the lake? Is it nearby?
Yeah, there's quite a few bodies of water. One of the ones that we were talking about, and they've already looked at this, and I guess I'm not sure if they cleared Prosser. I think they cleared it. Prosser Creek Reserve is right there next to it, and has some other creeks. But there's other ones too.
Yeah, see, that's where I think if they would contact them, I'm sure they would like to get involved in that. Because they're, like I said, they have like sonar, really high-tech equipment, and the law enforcement, they do like to work with them because of their ability. So I was just wondering, I agree with the other caller. She's off the road somewhere in her car, especially with the phone not pinging. That's either underwater or maybe broken from a crash or something. But,
and somebody had called yesterday too. I think it was one of the people that were searching, and they had said that, or some, I forgot who it was, but somebody had mentioned that like the other thing too is like some of these areas there's just thick brush and trees or something. So like a helicopter or some sort of aerial search might not see it. It could be hard to spot the car or her.
And in the past history, if you remember many other accidents that have happened, they have found people months after they've been missing in their vehicles, and like you said, in the brush and trees and heavy foliage. Yeah, it's really sad. I feel very badly for her poor mom, the family, and her friends. But yeah, I agree with the other caller. I think she's off the road somewhere. Maybe they just need to try, and I don't know the cliff. Like I said, I don't have a map to look at, but yeah, underwater or over a cliff. That's what I would say too. Okay. So anyway, I enjoy your show. Thanks for taking my call.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
With the Adventures with Purpose, right? And I'm going to keep it quick because we still got calls. And remind me, before we get off, I want to show, there's 2 other video clips, news clips that we can check out. But with Adventures with Purpose, I don't know how it works. I don't know that they go and do active investigations, like a case that's like undergoing and stuff. I thought it says Adventures with Purpose is an underwater search and recovery dive team dedicated to helping families of missing loved ones for free, and with your support, 23 missing person cold cases have been solved. I thought it was usually like cold cases. I don't know that. I could be wrong. I'm not sure, because I've had several people commenting, or reaching out to me or emailing me or DMing me. I don't know that they do it like that. I'm not entirely sure. Just like Texas EquiSearch, all the time when we get some of the stories, people are like, oh, reach out to them, reach out to them. As far as I know, and I've always heard that it has to be law enforcement to reach out to Texas EquiSearch. But with Adventures with Purpose, I'm not exactly sure how they operate. It would be interesting if they could, because they're definitely experienced and they have the equipment and all that stuff. Okay, let me get the next call. 973. How you doing? Where are you calling from?
Hi, iCkEdMeL. Hi. I was mixed. I first thought she was I'm from New Jersey. First thought she was might have been abducted, but when I listened to the previous 2 callers, I'm starting to lean towards the accident theory. I've seen enough of those shows. I Shouldn't Be Alive shows. I don't know if you're aware of that. There's a series where they show how people survived, or I Survived shows. I'm starting to think that she may be stuck in her car somewhere. And I'll be quick. As a mom, and you have a daughter too, like I have a 14-year-old. Your daughter is much younger, so she's not really where my child is out yet. But I would not let my daughter go to a party like this. I just think that if I were to allow her to go, I'd make sure there were some people there watching what was going on. There were police going in around the area to make sure people were safe. I think that we need this today. Nothing is safe anymore. And I just think every case we get or we hear of, there's just more lessons to be learned about what we need to do to keep ourselves and our children safe. So I don't know what else. I just would not let when I hear this, I'm like I told my daughter, you're not going to these parties when you're older. I just don't trust it, everything going on today.
Right.
All right. Have a good, that's all I have
Thank
to
you.
say.
All right, appreciate the call. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thanks. Bye.
Bye. We're catching up. I think there's just one more caller right now. And I'm going to check my email, and I got to get the super chats. But the thing is, too, like, with the whole, like, I wouldn't let my child go. And again, my daughter's super young, so I don't know what it's going to be like for me when I get to that point. But it's kind of tough when you, like, because kids, I don't know, man. Like, you tell them no. Like, you can't keep them locked forever either, especially, like, in high school and stuff. I mean, there's certain things you can do and can't do, but I don't know, the kids these days are just gonna like run away and shit. Like these kids now are you take away their cell phone and they're like losing their minds and like running off, and then you can't find them. There's a couple of stories. The one girl from New York, the parents had taken away her, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do punishments because you should, but I don't know. She's 16 years old. She graduated with she was graduating with like honors or something like that. She's advanced, 16 and a senior. And so like if she's doing all her work and seems like a good kid, and asked to go to a party, and there supposedly was even a curfew, and she asked for an extension, it's kind of like, I don't know. Like I didn't really party when I was in high school. When I got out, I was very like, I don't know, reserved and like homebody type of shit. And then so like when I was like in my 20s, mid 20s, I went freaking crazy. 2010. I went nuts. I did all kinds of shit, so I don't know. Okay. 415. Let me do 415. How you doing?
Jack
Where
here,
you come from?
Truckee. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. There's a.
Yeah, this is.
Hold on
this
one
is
second.
Calling from Truckee.
Hold on 1 second. Is that beeping you or is that me? Hold on 1 second.
I don't have any.
Okay, hold on. Oh no, it's me. What the f is that? Okay, hold on. Let me mute the sound for a second. Try to figure it out. Okay, it stopped. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's so freaking weird. What was that? Okay. All right, let me get back to the call. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now. Sorry about that. I was having a weird glitch. I don't know what that is.
Not a problem at all. Hey, so yeah, I live in Truckee. Been totally affected by this. I'm 25 years old, so a lot of these kids are younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been out and I've probably searched about 250 miles on my motorcycle. And as much as I like sympathize with people thinking she's lost, we've had so many people on the ground out there that just as someone that's like devoted my past couple of days to this, it's really tough too. Well, none of us know, but that area has been searched really, really well. So it kind of does seem like an abduction, but I don't know.
And that creek, the Prosser Creek, the reservoir, that's been searched, right?
Yeah, no, the water's been searched. There's actually 3 reservoirs nearby.
Okay.
There's the Stampede, Prosser, and then Boca Reservoir as well. But they're all kind of spread out. I totally understand it's like dirt roads and back roads, but I don't know. It's just kind of hard to believe.
Especially the phone being turned off, cut off. It seems like. Yeah, it's pretty odd. Are you there searching? Like you've been out there searching too, or you just been following?
I'm just a civilian searching. I was working with search and rescue for about 2 days, basically just like going into zones, riding trails that aren't necessarily legal for dirt bikes, but just because of the times we're able to go out there. But this is like an extremely popular motorcycle spot, and my club rides there all the time. We know it super well, and we've had so many people out there searching. So it's just really tough.
Damn. That's
So,
pretty odd.
yeah, anyway, I appreciate the show. That's about all I had to say.
Thank you.
But
Yeah, appreciate it,
everyone
man.
else, we're all just praying and hoping.
Thanks. Thank you for the call. All right. Let me get 434. 434. How you doing? Where you calling from?
I lost my momentum, Mel.
Who's this?
Have to say what?
Have to say what? What's up?
What's up? Okay.
What do you think?
I'm gonna try to say it nicely and quickly. Yeah. Well, first of all, the chat. There are some parents in the chat that are going with judging the mom without knowing even the lifestyle over there, and I would be very offended if I was the mom. With the not my 16-year-old. Oh, not my kid. No, not my kid. I have a surprise for you. They're doing something.
Your kid's doing it too.
They will, and I did too. It is no different when Richie or Joni asked their mom if they could go to the diner and they went to the makeout point. It is no different when, I don't know, when your child says, Mom, can I go to the mall? And you let them go to the mall and they're in someone's house smoking a joint or something like that. The only reason why it seems worse today is because we have technology and we see a lot more predators out there. But they were always out there. But not allowing your teenager to be a teenager, when they cut that kid loose, it's going to be like releasing a lion. And that's when children rebel. And that's when you lose them. Hopefully she was making the right choices. I'm not saying that she didn't drink or do drugs. I wasn't there, and neither was anyone else on this chat. But I've been to many parties where people were doing all sorts of things around me, and it was my decision not to. So we can't judge all the teenagers as they're not my 16-year-old. No, I can't stand parents that do that. But anyway, I just hope they find her. I have to get that off my chest because they're judging a parent, and the parent does the best they can. We do the best we can.
Right.
So,
well, thank you. Yeah.
I don't know.
A little balance.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other thoughts as far as I don't know, a theory? I mean, you think she was taken?
I think it's a very urban place. Very urban place. I mean, anything can happen. There's so many predators looking forward to a party like that.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not mad at the teenager or a parent for having a party like that. It's no different from a sweet 16 out in the street. So I don't know. I hope she's okay.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Heffa.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
All right. We'll talk. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, team.
Bye. Okay. One more call. 650. How you doing? Where you calling from? And then we got a couple things we can do.
Hey.
Hey. Welcome.
This is Dana May.
Dana May! Where are you at right now in Cali?
I actually made it.
Are you in the area? Are you going to be there this weekend?
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I'm just been freaking it. Just a distraction of all this craziness that's been happening with my family, so this is kind of nice. So I was going to go over there to Truckee this weekend to kayak with my dog, because it was my plan, I just need to get away from the house, all that other nonsense stuff, right? So I was like, hey, well, since I'm going over there, I might as well have a mission. So I'm going to go help them out and see whatever other areas they haven't searched, and I'll just get my sniffy hazmat dog, Yeah, that's his name, is Hazmat. So don't judge. But yeah, so if you guys have any pointers or anything that you want me to take a picture of or anything, I'll be there on the ground and just send you stuff through Discord. Oh, by the way, everybody need to subscribe right now and get on Discord. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, check out Discord.
You want
Thank you.
But yeah, so I'm not here to pass on any opinion, because opinions are something, and everybody got one. I am literally here to help. So.
All right. Awesome. Thanks. If I find out certain areas that we're going to be looking. Maybe it'd be interesting to get a visual. I mean, I guess they've already searched that campground and completely, like this guy was saying, in the reservoir right there. I mean, I don't know about the other reservoirs. I am kind of curious what the place looks like, though. I mean, I guess it's just trees, but like the sanctuary or whatever that's right there. But I'll see. Maybe I ask some people to see specifically what people want to see, like visual wise. So
Yeah, for sure. And then the campground is still closed right now because there's some stuff. Obviously, it's a crime scene, right? But I'll see what I can do. I'm taking my GoPro too, so you get some cool vids.
I don't know what's doing that.
I'm in cool vids of me kayaking, not actually searching, because this is a sad thing.
Okay.
All right. Anyways.
Thank you, Zanamir. Appreciate it. Bye.
Bye, team.
Bye. I don't know what that is. I muted it for now. That's so weird. Okay, and it's gone just like that. What? Hello? Wait, call waiting is doing that? They're calling. Oh my God, you're fucking amazing. All right, thank you. Bye. All right. So apparently, all right, this is fucked right here. Hold on, sorry. Somebody keeps calling. Oh, somebody's calling me on the other line. That's why on my Google Voice. Is that Ronnie? Maybe that's Ronnie. I think you're calling the wrong number. That's why he's trying to call. Let me see. Ronnie, I'm going to email you the number. Thank God somebody knew what the hell that was, yo, because I have like all these screens up and I'm like, yo, what is that? Shout out to Trish, TLC, Guidance with Care and Love. Okay. So Ronnie, I'm going to email you the number. Call this number, because the number I called you on is the number I'm using to be dialed into the thing. And so that's why it's doing that. Okay. 818, how you doing? Where you calling from? Testing. 818. Did we lose you? 818. I'm gonna put you back on hold. Let me try the other number. Oh, okay. 707. How you doing? Where you calling from? What? Is it me? Let me refresh. 707. I don't know. All right, we're gonna do this then, so I don't hold everybody up. I'm gonna stay right there. I'm gonna call. Let's see. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you. Just save the numbers here. And then we get Ronnie. I'll call Ronnie back too. Okay. All right, so don't put out the number anymore. I'm going to call these three people back directly since we're having some weird issue. Somebody else just called in. Let me hang that up. Okay. Let me call Ronnie first, I think, and then I'll call the other two people back. Unmute site. Hello?
Hello? Oh, hello?
Hey, how you doing, man? It's Ronnie.
What's up, man?
Bro, what happened, man? People trying to say you were there, you were at the party and stuff.
Oh, my God. I was just laughing because I was like, you know what? That's what's funny because like I'm from this area and I was like, it's always the ones who don't live in this area who are trying to act like, oh, I can't believe that stuff's happening. Like, it's really common out here. Like, there's parties every weekend with that stuff going on. Like, you'd be surprised how much it's considered normal out here for people to be doing that type of stuff.
Right. Hey, what I was gonna ask you too. Were there tents there at this place? I don't know if your cousin told you. Like, do people were sleeping there and stuff like that, or?
I did not ask about tents.
Okay.
I did not, and my cousins didn't stay there. They didn't stay. So.
And why do you think, if you had to guess or your thoughts, why people aren't really talking?
Oh, that's easy. Like,
What's that?
Because for one, there's older dudes there.
Mm.
So a lot of them don't want to get in trouble. And a lot of these dudes were in possession of stuff they would get in trouble for giving it to people, for giving it. Like, if you're 24 or 25 years old and you're hanging around a 16-year-old, even if you don't know she's 16, I'm just using her as an example because she was 16. But remember, like, her friend was 18. So it's not going to be, there's some people that are just older. But if you have like a 25, 26-year-old and you happen to give a 16, 17-year-old that type of stuff, you're going to be in trouble.
Right.
So I think that's stopping a lot of people from coming in because they don't want to get hemmed up on drug charges or anything like that for supplying drugs and stuff to minors. So
right. That makes sense.
That's what I really think it is. I think for some of the dudes who were there who had, because a lot of people went there in groups, like a lot of people went there with like 10, 11, 12 people. And my cousins, based off what my cousins do, because my cousins, they always hang out together. They went there in like a RAV4, like a new RAV4 they drove down there. They had like 4 of the people with them. And so it was like 6 of them. And when they got there, they had their own stuff. They were doing their stuff together, but people start sharing amongst each other. But once you're in that little tight group circle, you're just like, hey, bro, we didn't give none of this to nobody else. You know, like it was just us. You know, that's so I think a lot of people are keeping hush because a lot of them might have just been drinking and they're comfortable coming out saying, yeah, we were drinking, because maybe they didn't do nothing else. But a lot of them will not come out because they were either supplying the drugs or they gave drugs to someone they weren't supposed to. So
okay.
But what I'm saying is, but even then, I agree that it's messed up. I think it's wrong, but nobody out there is going out there ID checking people. You're not having dudes going out there saying, how old are you before I give you this code? Like, no one's doing that.
Right.
No, everyone's just high and having fun and all that. But when the cops get involved or something like this, then everything changes. And I do think they should come out and say something, but I can't make people do that. There's over 300 people there. Like, there's some dudes you're never going to find out were there. You know? So.
Okay.
That's basically it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you calling back. And thank you for just sharing that information with us, man.
Oh, yeah. Tell your child to lay off me.
Yeah, the chest like this. Savage, man. They're rough.
I know, but I'm about to hide.
No, you're good, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, bye. Okay, I'm gonna call these two other people back. I think I figured out the audio. I think I figured out the audio issue. If more people wanted to call, we could, or we could just watch the news clips and kind of end it. And I gotta go through the super chats. Somebody, Kelsey contacted Adventures with Purpose. And Emily commented on Facebook, and thank you for that comment. She said that they wait 3 months before doing a case. They replied back to her, and the support team wrote back to her. She's showing me the emails. I don't want to show you the whole thing, Kelsey, because just showing your last name, and so I don't know. I want you to feel. But I'll just read it. It says, "Thank you for sharing, Kelsey. Our team is currently on the road somewhere else, and will not be in the area anytime soon. But we will do our best to keep an eye for updates." So for people that are wondering about that, there's your official response. Oh shit! Wait, did I do? Yeah. Let me draw on this shit. Can I draw on this? Markup. Yeah, some shit. Reset. Okay. quality was really bad anyway, so you don't have to worry. Okay. Okay, so here, I'm going to show you guys. Because I got a lot, and thank you for reaching out to them. Appreciate that, because we've been getting a lot of questions about that. You know, Adventures with Purpose. Can they do it? Can they do it? Can they do it? Tell your friends, tell your mama. Adventures with Purpose is on they're doing something else right now. Adventures with Purpose. Okay, let me call these other people too as well. Call this number here. I think I might have lost one of the numbers though. Call this one.
Hello?
Hi, this is iCkEdMeL returning your call.
Hi there. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear. How you doing?
I'm fine. You need to use a little common sense. The few callers you had, I can guarantee you she went off the road. I mean, she called her mom. She was on her way home. I mean, her car's missing. I mean, this drug trial, or whatever, sex trafficking and all these other outlandish or abductions is kind of ridiculous. You know, I mean, she was on her way home. She said she's on her way home. You know, if she was, you know, wasted or whatever, and there's, you know, they think if the car goes off the road, oh, you're just going to automatically see it. There's a lot of miles in between there, you know, and if you get down like in a, you know, just go off the road and you're down into some trees or whatever, you don't just see that automatically. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. There's a lot of miles there. It's not like they're looking, you know, like 5 miles down the road or for, you know, brake marks or something like that. I guarantee you they're going to find her wrecked in that car. She went off the road. It doesn't have to be in water. I don't know why everybody thinks it has to be in water. That highway there, you can, it's easy, especially it's dark. You know, if she wasn't in, you know, it's easy to go off the road, even, you know, out there. So that only makes sense. You know, her car is missing. You know, she's missing. What did they think these people did with her car? You know, if somebody took her or whatever, it just doesn't make any sense. And like I said, she called her. She was responsible enough to call her mom and say she was leaving there and what time she'd be to expect her. So she's not going to all of a sudden just change her mind and go off. You know, that just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense that way. I guarantee you, she went off the road somewhere. They're going to find her that wreck. You know, everybody thinks because you know, it's been a day or two. Oh, well, they would have found her by now. It's not always that easy. To, you know, like just spot a car like that. You know, there's a lot of miles you got to search. And we're not even sure which route she took. If you know, but that's just the only thing that makes sense. You know, she's missing. Her car's missing. But that's just my opinion. But I mean, that's really what I believe. That's just the only thing that seems to make sense. You know, she didn't have somebody else to drive her home. Like I said, especially since she was in touch with her mother right before then, and said what time she was leaving and what time to expect her. But you know,
right?
If she was, you know, she just changed her mind all of a sudden and what? Or she decided to spend the night there. That doesn't make sense. You know, you got to use some logic and common sense to it. And that's just really the only thing that seems to make sense.
Right.
You know, I mean, if somebody abducted her or all these other things going on, so I think somebody would have seen something like that, you know. And like I said, especially since you said she was going home, that was her plan. And maybe, like I said, maybe she was a little bit too, you know, wasted or something like that. And like I said, it's easy to go off the road, especially as dark as it is out there, you know. I mean, and she's a new driver. I mean, she's 16? You know?
Yeah, 16.
That just seems to make the most sense. Like I said, you know, has her vehicle been found or anything?
No,
they're going to find her in the vehicle.
Yeah, her vehicle's not
found. They're going to
yet.
find her in the vehicle. I hate to say that, but you know, the more times you drive, but that's just going to happen.
We should do a poll. We should run a poll on it. Yeah.
For somebody to abduct her and what abduct her and put her in their car, take her and drive her around in her car, like that doesn't make sense.
Well, thank you for the call. I appreciate you sharing your insights.
That's what I believe too. And you had a couple other callers that think the same thing. She went off the road like that. I don't think it has to necessarily be in water. There's a lot of road.
That's true.
You know,
she could just be under under brush, trees, or whatever. There's a bunch of other things that could happen.
It happens all the time.
Hmm.
But anyway.
All right, thank you.
That's my thinking.
All right, take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye. Snapping. Tired of these people. Yeah, let's do a poll. And I got to get the super chats. And somebody sent a good super chat, too. Oh, God. Who's laughing at people, man? Hoax. Hoax, thank you for being a member, man. Hoax says stop laughing at people. Who's laughing, man? Okay, let me get some of these super chats. And I was supposed to do something else and I forgot already. Travel Caro Dos with Christy Faye. The hoodie says you don't have to be, you don't want to be forgotten, you just want to disappear. You don't want to be forgotten, you just want to disappear. Made by Urban Outfitters. The quote is from Lana Del Rey poem called, oh, it cut out for me. Called, oh, that's it. Okay. I didn't realize those were the words, so that's kind of ironic and interesting. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, who calling me? Who calling me? Should we answer this? How do we answer this? Hello. Who's this? Ronnie?
No, this is Paul.
Paul, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. You calling?
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me your thoughts.
yeah. So, anyways, I went out searching yesterday for this girl, and I don't know. I probably did a 60-mile loop on my dirt bike, and but I think it's pretty highly unlikely that she was abducted at 1:30 in the morning up here in Truckee, Tahoe area. This isn't like an area known for human trafficking. I could see it happening somewhere like in Reno, which isn't too far away, but I just don't see that being the scenario. But I think, in my opinion, the reason why she's gone is no one's really saying what kind of drugs were at the party or anything like that, but she was drinking. I think they made that pretty clear on the news. But she was also probably under the influence of something else. But I think personally that she probably is in the lake, which I know that sucks, but the reason why the car can't be found and she can't be found, I think that she probably decided to drive when she shouldn't have. And, I think she ended up in the lake. So I know they put dive teams out there today, and hopefully, they can get some answers here soon for this. But obviously the best outcome would be to find her alive, but it's been 4 or 5 days now, and I think just having answers would be, I think the parents need to know what happened. But anyways, yeah, I just think if there's so many people out there looking that I just don't know if, I covered a lot of ground myself, and there's so many people looking. I don't think that her car's anywhere
in that area.
Yeah, I don't think it's like on a trail or anything. I think it's, I hate to say it, but I think it's in the lake. Because that little campground area where they're partying too, you could easily drive right into the lake. There's nothing stopping you.
Right. But that Prosser, what is it called? The reservoir there, they searched that one, right? That main one that's right next to it.
The family campground. So yeah, they searched the whole campground area, and they've had boats trolling the lake for the past couple days. But I think today is the first day they've actually had dive crews out there looking.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks.
But yeah,
man.
I mean,
and you don't
just
think it's
my
an
opinion.
abduction type of thing, though? Like,
no, I mean, I think it's very unlikely that she got abducted all the way out there at 1:30 in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it could happen, and she could have been easily taken advantage of, especially if she was under the influence. But I really don't think that's the case. I don't.
And do you think
I
they
don't
thoroughly
think that
searched the lake? Like they've.
I think they're doing it right now, but I think that's the right move. I think that's what they should be doing. Because the visibility in the lake water at Prosser is very bad. You can't see more than a foot down.
Right.
It's not like Lake Tahoe where you can see all the way to the bottom.
Oh, okay. It's like murky. That's what somebody was saying yesterday. Kind of like dirty, murky.
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah,
brownish.
exactly. So if her car had any momentum at all, it's downward slope to all the way to the lake. She could possibly be out of vision of anybody. She could be 10, 20, 30 feet down, and you wouldn't even know it.
Right.
Yeah. So, and another girl disappeared a couple months ago, Courtney Bryan, and everyone thought the same thing about her. She went drinking a couple beers at the hot tubs with her dog, and when she left, she ended up going off the side of an embankment or a cliff.
Oh.
And she passed away, as well as her dog. So everyone thought the same thing because they couldn't find her car, couldn't find her. But yeah, I think that it's probably a similar scenario. Yeah, but just my opinion. I don't know.
What was the name of that person you said? That was like a similar, or like, person you just said now?
Yeah, Courtney Bryan.
Courtney Bryan
was her name.
Right,
Yeah, and this just happened she was a Truckee local too, but she was older. She graduated with me, and I'm 34. But yeah, same, this was just a few months ago too. She lost her life, and she ended up going to over an embankment, and it was 2 or 3 months later that somebody actually found her car, like a hiker.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for the call.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
All right, bye.
Bye. Got the babies. I'm gonna do a poll right now. I was trying to get the question right. Oh, I should have asked. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, so let me put the poll up. Let me get the super chats real quick too, because I'm behind. Get it all here. Thank you for the thank you for the super chat. It says, yo, your chat is off the chain. On fire. 99 pink balloons. Thank you for the super chat. Young, beautiful, and so intelligent. She graduated at 16. Book smart is not street smart. Sadly, young kids are naive and sometimes do things to be accepted by older crowds. Peer pressure is real. Get it all here says, thank you for the super chat again. Raising kids is like a seesaw. They're in the middle. What you teach them is on one side and the world is on the other side. Our children have to choose. G. Scott Deary, has Adventures with Purpose been called? We covered that. Kelsey, thank you so much for the super chat and for reaching out to them and emailing them so we can finally get some answers for people. Emily, thank you for the stars. Ronnie, thank you. He said I'm gonna have to call back. They really think I was there. SMH, that was earlier. Ronnie, also, I sent you an email. I had 2 cousins at the party. That was earlier. Laughing beside you, thank you for the bits. Since I can't hear some bits. Robin, thank you for the stars. D, you're my go-to for all news and chases. Thank you for always being there. Thank you. Appreciate that in the super chat. Have a say what? Mel, you better get to it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I know. Plan your chaos. Thank you for the 11-month membership. We need to be kind to the ones that step up. I had to do for my brother-in-law. He went missing and we found him drowned in the lake. Prayers for KR. I'm sorry for your loss. Damn. And I think we're caught up now. And Colleen, thank you for the stars earlier. Linda, thank you for the stars. Mary, Jane, that's on Facebook. Thank you for that. Okay. Let me see where the poll's at. Let me see where we're at here. And if you guys on Facebook can give me some more likes, I'd appreciate that. So what happened to Kiely? Just did a little poll. First one was crashed on land, somewhere on land, 21%. Abduction is 34%. And in the water is 45%. I feel like she might be just crashed somewhere too. I was thinking water, but I don't know. That was just like my own personal theory. This is the person that this guy was referring to. Body believed to be missing. Reno woman Courtney Bryan found in a wrecked vehicle off embankment in Del Norte County, California. The 32-year-old and her dog Boosh went missing September 23rd, 2021 in Shasta Trinity National Forest. So Courtney and her dog were found dead at the crash site off a steep embankment a month after they were reported missing. A month. Damn. California Highway Patrol notified the Reno Police Department on October 27th that a hiker came across the bodies at a crash site with the vehicle that was registered to the 32-year-old. Let me see her picture. Oh, you know what? Let me just do that. According to the RPD, the woman and her dog had died from injuries related to the car accident. Dang. Okay. In an area of Highway 101 where accidents are common, they do not believe foul play was involved. Official identification of the woman's body is pending, but authorities believe Courtney was reported missing on September 27 after she didn't return from a trip to hunt. Courtney's last known location was at the hot springs, which is depicted on her Instagram post on September 23rd, 2021. Phone records show Courtney's last contact with anyone was on the evening of September 23rd. Wow. Wow. Oh, it happens. Oh, yeah, there was some clips, too, that I was supposed to play. Let's see.
Developments in the search for...
This one, reporter Rowana Shaddock says the footage of the girl getting dragged into the car in Sacramento is not likely. Take a quick look.
Releasing this image of 16-year-old Kiely Rodni captured on surveillance video hours before she went missing. Thanks for being with us tonight for Fox 40 News at 11 o'clock.
And you guys tell me, too, in the chat, are we done? Should we call it for now? Or do you guys want to do more calls? I think we're probably good after these clips. I think we had a pretty good stream. Too, with the people that called yesterday, they were saying that those SUVs, those CRVs, is a very common vehicle. There's a bunch of those. That's kind of interesting. I don't know. The last information. What does that mean?
The 6th.
So that's what the people were talking about when they were referencing. Because at 12:33, the last information, I'm guessing that means the phone was off, turned off, whatever, stopped sending data. But it says Kiely called Sammy at 12:36. But if the phone stopped at 12:33, then I don't know. Maybe there's just a difference in minutes. It could be, I don't know. That's one of the things that people have talked about. 12:36 and 12:33.
And a talented individual. Now this.
Okay, and then I just want to do. I'm gonna open the lines again. So, yeah, let me do that. We can open the lines again. I don't have Skype. I mean, I don't know. I have to. That I used to use that, but I don't. I probably should make one just for. Let me get this other clip.
Kiely Rodni disappeared near the Prosser Family Campground in Truckee around midnight Saturday. Placer County deputies set up a tip line for anyone who knows what happened to her. The number is on your screen. Kiely Rodni disappeared near the Prosser Family Campground, as we mentioned. So let's take a look at the map of the location right now. ABC 10's Monica Coleman joins us live in the area. Monica, deputies think that this was not at all an accident.
That's right, Conchetta. They are saying that
Kiely Rodni was last seen at a party here at the Prosser Family Campgrounds. About 100 people were there. And I want to show you what this area looks like so you can understand what authorities are up against when it comes to the search this morning. This is a heavily wooded area. A large body of water is here at the campgrounds, and they're looking up and down throughout this area trying to find her. This 16-year-old girl disappeared from the party. Her silver 2013 Honda CRV is also missing, and her phone has been out of service since the party. According to the sheriff's office, the Honda has a California license plate of 8YUR127. A spokesperson for the sheriff's office said deputies are treating the case as an abduction because Rodney's car has not been found yet. Kiely is described as standing.
So let me see when this is from, because they said, I don't know, I thought they weren't really treating it as an abduction. They're treating it as just open or whatever. They were saying that at first, and then it seems like they like kind of walked it back. But
at 5 feet 7 inches and weighing 115 pounds with blonde hair and hazel eyes. She was last seen wearing green dicky pants, a black tank top, numerous piercings, a nose ring, and jewelry. Her mother shared the following message on Facebook through the Placer County Sheriff's Office on Sunday.
oh, 1 second, I'm gonna call in. Oh. Screwed up. Okay. Okay.
Your callers from the call-in studio
Okay.
web interface.
We'll do a few more. 678. How you doing? Where you calling from?
What up? It's Capstar.
Capstar, what's up, man? How you doing? Captain.
Yeah, I'm on the live right now. It's Capstar 362, one of the members.
What's up? Welcome, man. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, so I did the ADSB review. Diggs asked me to go over it. People are saying there's helicopters out there, but I'm not showing any records of it.
Really? Did you post the screenshots? Well,
Yeah.
I'll figure out a setup next time, or maybe next time if I'm doing StreamYard, I can get you on because then you can share your screen or something.
Review of the ADSB. I spotted one Huey. I spotted an what county is it? Shit. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Oh, I see what you're sending. Is that the screenshots you sent yesterday?
No. Me and Diggs talking.
Okay.
Can you share? They had a bird out there, but they're focusing more west side of the reservoir, and I did a look of the reservoir as well.
What'd you see?
The lake level is pretty low,
Oh,
and
it
I
is?
know they have boats out there, and they're using what's called MAD, magnetic anomaly detection, and they're also using sonar. So if that car was down there in that lake, they would see it.
Hmm. So they got sonar and they got a metal detection. What is it called? The metal
Yeah, it's
detection one?
called magnetic anomaly detection. Basically, magnetic anomaly detection looks for disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field, and a car would definitely create a disturbance.
Wow. Interesting. What else, man? What are your thoughts on anything as far as what you think may have happened, or the likeliness of what it
You know,
could be?
honestly, I don't know. This whole thing is bizarre. I mean, they had that all teens, no parents meeting. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Like, why would you invite the teens out there and then none of the parents? Like, that just makes absolutely no sense to me.
The only thing I can think of is that she's thinking, because of the drinks and the drugs and all this stuff that were involved, that maybe these people just don't want to talk with while their parents are around. So they're thinking maybe they could be like a younger
Yeah.
scene of people hanging out.
Yeah,
and maybe they
that
feel more
would definitely
comfortable.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely be self-incrimination, and since it's all the minors, they can't technically use that because then they're going to be like, "Oh, well, we need your info. We're going to go to your house and talk to your parents."
Hmm. Yeah. Shit. I don't know, man. So there's been no choppers out there though, from what you've seen.
Yeah, no, I've only seen two. One was Huey, a Vietnam era Huey, privately owned, and it landed somewhere right near the highway, and it's been flying around to the south and back. And then, of course, you got the Placer County Sheriff, which I told you, but it's been focusing to the west side of Prosser Reservoir. So,
Okay. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
yeah, man, definitely we need to hook up, and I'll teach you how to use that ADSB
Yeah,
stuff.
I do
So.
need to do that. Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. I'll let somebody else call in.
All right. Thank you. Later, man.
Later, bro.
All right. Um. Let me see if there's any updates on the page here. Let's see. Okay. We're sharing additional photos detectives have received that we believe may be beneficial to our investigation into Kiely's disappearance. The first photo depicts a hoodie Kiely was loaned on August 5th, the day before she went missing. Which, when they say the day before, it's really kind of almost the same day. Because August 5th was Friday, and she went missing around 12 something, 1 something in the morning. So, technically it's the next day, but just so people don't get confused, it's almost really that kind of same day. The first photo depicts a hoodie Kiely was loaned on August 5th, the day before she went missing. We don't know whether Kiely was wearing the hoodie when she disappeared. And according to the call that we got, Ronnie, his cousin, said they didn't see her wearing a hoodie, but we believe it was still in her possession. The second photo is an actual depiction of Kiely's 2013 silver Honda CRV from the winter. We continue to ask for the community's help to find Kiely and bring her home to her family. In addition, calling our tip line and emailing tips, we're adding a link where witnesses can submit any video or photos they believe are relevant to our investigation to locate Kiely and her vehicle. Upload your photos/videos here. So there's an email, there's a phone number. I don't see a link though, where you're supposed to upload stuff. The hoodie is just loaned. Now she's missing. That's just eerie. Well, it is kind of because somebody pointed out, and I think it was in a super chat, you don't want to be forgotten. You just want to disappear, which is a Lana Del Rey quote. It's just kind of ironic, that it's like, it's not even something she owned. It's something that literally is given to her practically the same day she goes missing. And and the quote is kind of like, damn. Right? It's odd. The votes, let me look at the votes real quick too. So we did a poll and my screen is frozen. Amazing. We did a poll. I got to open it back up. 800 votes, 803 votes, and 44% say that they believe she's in the water. 36% say abduction, and 20% say crashed on land. So I'll end it there. There is one caller. Let me take the caller. 707. How you doing? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Robert from Clear Lake, California.
Hey, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Good, good. What's your
I was
thoughts?
just have they checked anywhere, further away from where they're looking at right now?
I mean, according to the lady that called in yesterday, the chat was going in on her too. Yesterday, she had said that they were searching. I forgot the name of the place. I'm kind of looking for it now. Oh, somewhere in Grass Valley. I don't know. This one lady said supposedly in Grass Valley or somewhere by here. I forgot the name of the lake or river. Oh, there's another reservoir here too. But basically, they're going in towards California. Some people have mentioned like Nevada and stuff like that, but from what I've heard, it doesn't seem like they're really looking in Nevada. They're kind of more back towards Cali, these areas around here.
Yeah, that was my only question.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate the call.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Thanks. Yeah, I don't have an exact, and you know what? It would be interesting too if somebody. So in that press conference, and this is what I meant to say. I was kind of almost kind of concerning is that I think it's great that they have some sort of tool. I guess it's like a website that you go to, and like if you're searching, you can put in, I guess I searched this area or something like that, and so there's like this database of where people have searched, and it's for like people that are just like volunteers, I guess, and so that could be a great tool. But then the other thing I thought about too is what if there is somebody that's involved or knows something and they want to maliciously start inputting information, or somebody just wants to troll and start, screwing up the whole database or whatever, or somebody that knows something checks off an area where she really is, just so people don't go looking there. So it could be like a double-edged sword. So True Crime Grapevine tagged me on Twitter. Is that the railroad? Historic Summit Tunnel. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's take a look. So we were talking earlier about this abandoned. I didn't really get fully into it. We were just kind of scraping the surface. The abandoned Downer Pass Railroad tunnels near Truckee, California. But it almost looks like a tourist thing, though. How to see it. 20 minutes from Truckee and about 90 minutes from South Lake Tahoe. This popular place to hike and bike. And when I visited, a group of motorcyclists were even exploring the tunnels. Dogs are welcome. This is something I'd like to see when I go back to Cali. I don't know about... This is kind of far, though. This is definitely my type of thing that I'd go walking and searching and just looking around. And so let me show the post. Thank you. True Crime Grapevine. Let's see. Yeah, this is one of the areas I pulled up on the map, but I wasn't sure that was it. But yeah, it looks like that's it, maybe. Mel, I think the person sent you the article of Downer Pass abandoned tunnels because it's only 30 minutes away from the party spot. A car could easily hide there. Oh, okay. Damn. They got videos on YouTube also. Take a look. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, 209. Let me take this call. 209, how you doing? Where you calling from?
Hi, from California.
Hey,
Central
welcome.
Valley. Hi, I just wanted to ask if you have thought it could be like a missing 411 case. I don't know if other people have mentioned.
The missing
Like
411.
out in the wilderness. You know how
That's
it
that
was
whole...
out in the woods?
Isn't that like that documentary thing too? Isn't there like a documentary on that?
Yeah, that people randomly going missing out in like national parks. And it's kind of similar how I've seen the documentary. I think it was on Hulu, saying that normally it's people that have disabilities, or on the other spectrum that they're really smart. And like I believe she graduated early, so I believe she fits that description. So that's what I thought. It is just a mystery that her car is missing too. So that's weird because normally that doesn't happen.
Right. I have no
So
idea. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I need to probably watch that. I never watched
Yeah.
it. A lot of people kept telling me to watch the.
Yeah, you should. Because, yeah, it's like randomly people, there's like, oh, yeah, you need to watch it. Pretty interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, thank
that
you.
was it.
Yeah, appreciate it. What are you thinking? You think that's what it is, or you think that like maybe she just wandered off?
I don't
or-
know. I mean, yeah, it could be anything. That's
Yeah.
just another thing that could be added to the list, in my opinion, because it matches, yeah, people just disappearing out of nowhere in the woods.
Mm.
Which is pretty scary. But, yeah, I hope she's found. 'Cause it's,
All right. Well, thanks. Appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. Bye.
All right. Take care. Bye. Oh, you know what? Too, I was wondering. Well, I wonder what's going to happen at that meeting later today. I think we're done with the calls for now, too. Thank you for everybody that called in. I appreciate it. Great stream. See if there's any other final updates. Not that we call it. I think we're caught up on everything that's out right now. Let's see what the chat is saying. Oh, somebody just DM'd me too, and they were like, they said, how is there not one picture of her? Kids take selfies nonstop. Did she even go to the party? Question mark. Well, Ronnie said that his cousin saw her there. Megan. I don't know what happened with the whole plate match thing too. I don't know if that was true or not. They were saying that supposedly that this was like a while, like an hour, 2 hours ago, probably now. Somebody that posted, just heard on the scanner, CHP received a report of a silver Honda CRV, South Bend, 89 Tahoe Pines. First four of the plate match. Keep your eyes open. Let me see what that person. There's been a lot of like things like that haven't turned out to be, but it's good that people are keeping an eye out and reporting things. See if I can find this person's. That's a interesting name. Okay. I don't even know where to find their post at. I guess that must have been sent from a group or something. I don't know what group they're in. Oh yeah. So let me show this too. We can look at this. These are photos of Kiely. This would be good to get out. Okay. Yeah, he tripping me up. Okay. Let me show this here. All right, so yeah, here's a Google Docs file that has pictures of Kiely. I haven't verified these myself, so it better be. You know what I'm saying? Better be. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is from the official website. Thank you. Just want to double check. FindKylie.com. That's a clear picture of the vehicle. Yeah, find Kiely. That's the official website. FindKiely.com. No, they're saying North Tahoe communities. This was 6 hours ago. Yeah, I don't know. That whole vehicle thing, I really don't know if that's anything, honestly. It's been lingering for hours. I don't know if there's really any confirmation of anything, honestly. So I wouldn't go with that yet. But all right, I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much for coming through on the stream and all the people that called. Appreciate the support. If you could hit like too on the way out, I'd appreciate that. And we'll be following the story, man. Following to see what happens. Also be looking and following for car chases to have a little fun and kick back. A lot of people like that as well. And thank you to all the people that helped me out with information and people sending emails and DMs and people on the team helping and just everybody, everybody that contributed. Thank you. Appreciate the help. And also go subscribe to this guy, All American. Oh, I didn't put him in. Oh, I didn't put it in this chat. I did it for the other one. See if I have his channel up here. Okay, All American. Here we go. All American Dream Chaser. I put the link. It was on our last live stream. If you haven't seen the interview, the original video is right here. He interviewed the friend, Sammy. You can go subscribe, like, leave a comment, show some love. I appreciate him letting us use the video earlier. All right. Mel, does she have TikTok? I don't know. She has an Instagram that's private. I don't know about TikTok. All these kids got that shit, I guess, these days, don't they? And yeah, check out Discord. If you guys want to check out Discord, it's free. You can go there. There's a community there. Not only just a community, but we have a tab for this case there. You can go there and chat, share screenshots, all that kind of stuff on Discord. Lisa, let it be. Thank you for the Twitter information, the DM. Appreciate that. Vesper, what's up? Thank you. Have a good night. Amazing. Thank you to the mods too for coming through. Mod love. Why the hoodie so significant? That's a good question. I don't know. Why is that significant? I don't know. Maybe it's a piece. Maybe because they think that if maybe while somebody's searching, if they happen to see that hoodie, maybe they could tell people like, "Oh, this belongs to her." It's just another piece, or maybe another identifier. I guess possibly. Sammy's interview. You can find it on All American Dream Chaser on YouTube. We did a little stream of it earlier, but the original video is right here on his channel. All right. Hoodie because they have nothing else. It don't seem like they got much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the links. All right. Please come back with a chase. I'm not feeling a chase yet. I don't know. Nothing was found. She updated the comments. All right. So as far as the car thing, let's see. They were unable to locate. That's all I heard. Yeah. So nothing's come of it. That whole vehicle thing. So yeah, just be mindful. People are reporting stuff. We don't No, people are just reporting, putting out information, and you know, there's going to be things that don't turn out. You just have to keep looking and searching and sharing, I guess. Icky sense, licky sense. Like, ooh, is that true? I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Jacqueline said, yeah, please, Jacqueline, can you start a car chase? No, let me not do that, because then they're going to say I incited violence or some shit. Cancel me, take me out. Yeah, hit the thumbs up on the way out, please. Por favor. Does the car have low jack or GPS? From what I heard, no. Kind of weird, though, the whole thing, man. Completely gone. All right, peace. Love you. Bye.